One thing about social is there's so many things that you could do, right? You could make videos, you can do this content series, you can do paid ads. There's so much to do that it can be helpful just to put a little more structure and have a bit more of a framework for deciding what to do in a more strategic way. There are a lot of ways to kind of slice this. Starting with the objective is a great place to make sure that you're focusing your energy. From there, you can define KPIs or key performance indicators, which are the more kind of quantifiable, tangible measures of success, how you're going to see if you're performing against your goals. Based on that, you can design tactics. In this case, thinking about what kinds of posts you want to do, what kinds of content or campaigns. Then do it, post it, see what happens. Measure the outcomes, see how it went, see what worked, what didn't, and then kind of iterate and pivot and keep learning from there. Very similar to a lot of different kind of frameworks, but I think with social, I personally have found sometimes it's easy just to kind of feel like you need to post 3 times a week or post and forget about why are you posting. And using some sort of framework like this can really help structure your thinking a bit and make sure that your social media is serving your kind of overall goals. So what some KPIs might be, maybe you want to look at the percentage increase in followers, the number of impressions, which is like how many times people see your content in their feeds, and like the brand mentions, like are people independently mentioning your brand on their accounts? Okay, so you have a goal, you have some measures that you're going to track. Now you can think about what tactics might help you hit those KPIs. So maybe you could create a content series highlighting your brand values because you really want people to have awareness of that. Maybe you could partner with some kind of top emerging musicians who have followings already to create videos to boost your awareness with their communities. And maybe you're going to do some kind of testing of paid campaigns, but focus on New York and LA because you know there are a lot of emerging musicians there. Just one example, but seeing when you start with the goals, how that then shapes the kind of content you decide to create. I saw a lot of you had kind of sales goals in the chat. So let's say your goal is to increase your sales of your flagship product, by 20%. Here, the KPIs are going to be different. Like just having a lot of followers would not be as valuable to you if they're not buying the product, right? So maybe you're going to look at how many people actually click through to the product page on your website. You're going to look at like the percentage increase in product orders, month to month. And you're going to look at like new customer acquisition, how many people buy your product for the first time. So if those are your KPIs, your content might look different. Maybe you're going to launch a product tutorial series that's really focused on that flagship product. Maybe you're going to invest budget in paid ads that target people who have already engaged with your accounts and therefore might have some interest in taking that next step and actually buying the product. So again, starting with a really defined goal, thinking through how are you going to sort of measure that goal, and then designing content creatively and strategically from there.